I don't know where to start. I guess we'll just start in the booth. Okay. So it looks a lot different than what you saw before. My brother recently built this desk, part of his Eagle project, and it looks pretty good. And it'll be pretty good functioning. Along with this booth, let me share an idea that we have. So here's the top of the booth where I would like the sound booth to be. See, my idea, we'd be able to stack the sound stuff in here, in this little chimney-like place. Have a table extend along here, have a table up here, and then obviously have railings around. Now the question is how we get up here. Either we have a staircase inside the booth and cut open this, cut open the floor, cut open the ceiling in there, and then have us walk up and then be in the booth. Or we could have a staircase outside of the light booth that runs down across that wall and then back up, you know. You can't really hear sound through that glass. Last video, you saw that I made these four, those two, and those two work. And I said that I was going to make those, 12 up there work. And well, let me tell ya. I did. Now if you just ignore all that junk up there, that's also part of my brother's Eagle project. If you saw the last video talking about how he was taking out those walls, then you'll understand what I mean. And I'll talk about that more in a minute. But I got all those lights working. And yeah, they work pretty well. I put some gels in them so they're colorful. You can have both sides lit up. You can have one side. You can have the other side. You just gotta know which which slider controls which light. And then you can craft the lights how you want. So those are them. Then we also have the backstage lights that are getting worked on. And I'll talk more about them in a second. You remember these? These are the lights that used to be up here on the first area. And I've contacted the city to get new pipes, like there's pipes up here. Put new pipes up here so we can fit lights. We can fit lights up there as well. And lights up here. And these lights. I got that one plugged in. Now we just need the city. I talked to them about getting new lights for this. Red, blue, and green. So that we can make a cyc. And that's what this giant wall you see is. It's going to be a cyc. If you don't know what a cyc is, it's a giant backdrop on lots of stages where it's usually painted white, and then you shine lights on it to make different colors. So with this cyc, what I'm hoping for is new lights up there, probably LEDs if they buy those. We'll have blue down there and blue over here. Then we'll have red and green in the middle, and shine all the way across the cyc, so you can mix the colors and make, you know, blue, red, orange, pink, violet. You can make all of the colors from those specific ones. So that's what I'm hoping for with the cyc. I bet another thing you didn't know about this place is that there's an organ. Well, there's an organ, and there's an organ hookup down there, that box. We hooked it up, and the organ speaker's back there on top of the light booth, along with the spotlight there. We hooked it up and we were playing around with it. It was pretty fun. One of the speakers up there doesn't work, which is fine, but it's interesting. Well, we'll talk about my brother's Eagle project real quick. If you notice, the walls back there are missing. So that's part of my brother's Eagle project. He took the walls down with my help and some other young men's help, and he got rid of all the junk. And he also built that desk you saw at the beginning. So all we need to do is get rid of these shelves. That's a giant table there. There's cabinets. All this stuff we're going to save. We took apart a lot of flats that we're going to toss away. There's some paintings that were around. There's more flats to take apart. And then we're going to we're going to put seating. He's going to put seating in here. Emergency exit. There's obviously problems with this place. The wall's falling apart. But it's going to look great as soon as we get more seating in here. And it's going to make it a lot more accessible for performances and future things. So that's where this is right now. Another thing that I've been able to find and put back together is these microphone cords underneath the stage. They used to have microphone outlets before I added on. Before that even, they took the microphone outlets out and the cords were just dangling under the stage. So after I built it, I came back here when I was working and I crawled under the stage and I grabbed them. Maybe someday I'll take you under the stage too for that adventure, but I don't know. So I'm pretty proud that this sort of works. Sort of works. Hello? It's not very loud. If Manti City works with me close enough, then hopefully we'll get better sound equipment. Because this isn't very good. Anyway. Well, let's talk about the future for a minute. The city wanted to see what kind of bulbs were already up here. So I had to come up and grab some. I think I'll grab one of every color. So I have a green one, a red one. We need a blue one. They wanted to see what kind of bulbs they were, so the city electrician could get the right kind. Well, I'm going to write a thing talking about the maximum wattage of the dimmer packs and how many lights I'm planning to have on each channel with this psych thing. Because, yeah. Anyway, see you in a little bit. So I've asked the city to supply new bulbs, new extension cords, new lamps for those lights. New lamps for those. A new bar. New sound equipment, So we'll see what they supply and what they don't. It's completely up to them. But I'd like to see this place working a little bit better. So we'll see. Anyway, so the future is mostly in the cities in my hands. And with what my brother's doing with his Eagle project, we'll see how that ends up. I'm excited for this place. Here's just some great views from, look, the ceiling's literally right here. But here's a great view of the auditorium from up here. There's the seats. If you see right there, it's a pile of costumes and a bunch of stuff that was over there before we took out the wall. So we're trying to figure out what to do with all that. A lot of lumber from took apart flats and our saw area. There's the piano, fancy stage. There's the lights and another piano. Stuff we're gonna save. Yeah, it's gonna be great. But to mention a lot of old things that we found, like this old radio. We don't know if it works, but maybe we'll test it out. We also found a lot of old projectors and cameras. And here's a projector that works. Old stuff. There's some film editing tools in here. Old film editing. There's a camera in there. Really fancy ones. And I messed around with those a little bit. They were fun to look at. There's an old projector down there that I messed with too. You just pull down the screen up there that's on the stage and mess around with it. Anyway. Alright. Time to go. Say goodbye. Eyes, look their last. Arms, take your last embrace. Off we go to new adventures. Alright, thanks for watching the video, guys. I know this one may have been a little longer, may have been a little shorter, maybe a little boringer than the other videos. But if you're enjoying them, please like and subscribe and come back for more later. I appreciate all your stories if you ever share any, so please leave a comment of any theater technical work you've done, and I'd love to respond and hear about all your adventures as well. Stay tuned for more updates on this project and more other projects. We'll see you later. This is the microphone. Yeah, it's pretty quiet.